Welcome, Periscope. Gonna give people a few minutes to gather. Welcome to my replay viewers, as well as those of you who will watch this on YouTube or anywhere else. I'm gonna put the video up. I meant to have some music playing for you guys. I forgot to start it. Welcome, Sophia. Hi. Welcome to Moments with Missy Hassan. My name is Melissa Elise Hall. You can call me Miss Missy. That works. I've got Finner 59. Welcome. Just gonna let you gather. This is not my first time on Periscope, but it has been a while since I've been on Periscope. I've really missed you guys. I know we were going strong every Thursday for probably almost 6 weeks straight, and now I've been off Periscope for a couple weeks, just due to life and circumstances. But I am here, and I just wanted to chat with you guys while we're waiting for live viewers to come in. I want to speak to my replay viewers and say thank you for watching. Please invite your followers, share this broadcast. I thank you for the hearts, the love, everything that you guys give. Something about me: I am an author, I'm a speaker, I'm an advocate, I'm a life coach, I'm a child of God. So I mix, I have a degree in psychology, so I mix mental health, the background experience I have with mental health and mental illness, and my personal experience, things that I've gone through and overcome in life. And then I also have the spiritual side where believing in God and knowing the change that He has made in my life. I put it all together and it forms Moments with Missy. And what Moments with Missy is it's a platform for empowerment, inspiration, and motivation. And so I'm all about helping people live their best lives. And the way I do that is I teach skills that teach people how to reconstruct their thinking. A lot of what we go through in life is made better or worse by the way we think, by the way we process what we go through, you know. Some more information about me. As everyone, I've been through a lot. As a child, I went through and then came out of depression, contemplating suicide. I was figuring out ways that I was gonna do it. I hadn't settled on anything for sure, but I was just, going through the process of like, what would I do? This is my option. These are my options. And it was only God's mercy that brought me through that. And then it kind of revisited me again. I didn't totally give into it, but it was very tempting. About, I guess you can say 4 or 6 years ago, when I was dealing with major health crisis and I had actually become bedridden. And I really had to make a choice. Was I going to go forward, or was I going to be stagnant and go back and give into depression and just exist, or was I gonna thrive? So hey, Millie Miracle, how you doing? Oh, that's my good friend. So welcome. So yeah, I was telling people I had to make a decision. Either I was gonna go forward and I was gonna beat this thing, or I was gonna hang back. So Moments with Missy, where did it come from? It came from me realizing that there was a need for people to be honest and to understand that it was nothing wrong with admitting that they needed help and that they were going through. Because for me personally, my whole life, probably up till about, I don't know, maybe 20 years old, is I would lie to myself and tell myself, oh, I'm fine, this, that, it doesn't bother me, oh, I'm not offended, I'm not hurt. And over time, I just crashed because when you lie to yourself, that's just what happens. You don't have... You're not fortified, you're not prepared, you don't have any kind of ammunition, any kind of anything to really help you go through. So Moments with Missy really began and started for me in a small little Facebook group. And I got together with some of my closest friends and associates, and I would just tell them the things that I was going through. I had come out of an extremely toxic relationship. Thanks for the hearts and the love. Keep them going. Thank you for sharing with your followers. Please share with your followers. I appreciate it. So I had come out of this horribly toxic relationship that nearly drove me to a mental breaking point. And I was physically very unwell, gone through a lot of mobility issues, Just like I said, I ended up being bedridden. And but I had realized that I needed something more in life. I realized that I couldn't just exist. It wasn't enough to get up and just go throughout my day and just be like, you know, I needed to thrive. I really wanted to live. I really wanted to enjoy life. And so I started making conscious decisions to do things that made me happy, to get involved, to push back, you know, instead of just taking the blows that life was giving me and just sitting there and stopping. Through prayer, I know a lot of folks were praying for me. I was praying, and deliberate, intentional mental processing and intentional actions. I started, you know, just really pushing back and learning how to live all over again. So here I am on Facebook, just sharing the things that I was going through, just day-to-day struggles that we all deal with. And then I would tell people how I was overcoming them. And before I knew it, I had this group, and people were just loving it and enjoying it. And then next thing I knew, I was like, oh, something was like, you have a book. So I wrote my book. My first book is Miss Missy Speaks. It is available on Amazon, Kindle, the Google Play Store. Where else? Yeah, that's it right now. And wrote that book. And what that book is really a map. I take what I went through, from loss, heartbreak, sickness, triumphs, successes, realizing my own levels of hurt and immaturity. I literally, I guess you can say, wrote out my process of recovery, how I did it. And so it is a self-help book, but it's much more of an inspirational memoir. Much more of me just being open, being vulnerable, being candid, and saying this is where I am. And this is what I do with Moments with Missy. I did it in my book. I do it on my blog, which is blog.momentswithmissy.com. My website, www.momentswithmissy.com. Just wherever I can. When I do my empowerment sessions, anytime that I do speaking engagements, I'm all about teaching people how to get up and how to keep going, how to keep pushing, how to survive. I've said a lot. If anybody have any questions, you can feel free to ask. Thanks, Millie, for putting up the blog. That is the blog. I've got a lot of blog posts on there. And then the actual website is momentswithmissy.com, spelled out all the way. And so I'm really excited. This coming Monday, June 6th in Chicago at the Beverly Branch Library. Thank you. I'm doing a book talk, and I'm going to go into detail about what was my motivation behind the book, why I wrote it, how I wrote it, and just kind of how life has been since writing the book, and taking questions from the audience. I'm really looking forward to that, and you are invited. It's happening at 6:30 p.m. Monday, June 6th in Chicago at the Beverly Branch Library. I think the address is 1962 West 95th Street. So I'm really excited. But yeah, so what I want to do, I just really want to come and talk. Hi, Simply Missouri. Hi, Naeem. Welcome to everybody who's here. Grace Through Faith. Welcome. And thank you for the hearts. Tap that screen. Give me that love. Give me those hearts. And share with your followers, please. You can also... am I saying the right thing? Share and invite. Yeah, invite followers to watch, and then you can also share on Twitter. And so I've been talking to replay as well as live viewers, just kind of giving them a little bit of background of what Moments with Missy is all about, and talking about my event that's coming up on this Monday. So, so as you see in my title, I discussed that Moments with Missy, yes, it's a brand. But I had to also realize it's also a ministry, because my whole focus is reaching out to those who are hurting, those who are broken or have been broken, as well as just building up and inspiring anybody who's looking for encouragement, because we all go through difficult things in life, right? We all go through things that are difficult that maybe we can't necessarily put into words. We don't know how to express it. And Moments with Missy is there as a platform. And what I mean by that is because there's so many different, okay, take your rest your finger and then keep tapping. Thank you guys so much for the hearts and the shares. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, so realizing that it's also a ministry and here to help people. As I mentioned when I first came on, I've got a degree in psychology. I've worked with extremely severely mentally ill people, but I also am a child of God. So I take what I've experienced in life, I take my education and combine it with my identity in Christ, and it produces Moments with Missy. This is what you got. And so realizing that all that I've gone through, it's not so much that I realize it's not like, oh, it's so different from what other people face. But thank you, Simply Missouri. Awesome. Thank you for that. But realizing that, you know, it's not so much that, oh, I'm so different from everyone else. But I have learned a lot of skills on how to survive and how to get through life. And so, like I said, combining it is kind of unique because in the mental health field, especially psychology, which is my background, it's not a very religious field. So, you know, a lot of it is about self and, you know, the subconscious and you. And so I have to combine the two to really make it my own, because I realize that although I tell people that, yeah, survival. I tell people all the time, we really do as people hold a lot of the answers to our success and to our survival. We really do. A lot of it is found within us, but I don't want to disregard the role that God does play. But so I try to combine it and make it work, like I said, because even though we do have God, and for those of you who believe in God and you have prayer, there are people who meditate. There's a lot of different ways that people try to center themselves. At the end of the day, how we think, what we accept as truth, what we accept as fact, really has a huge impact on the kind of life that we live, the decisions that we make. Because I don't care who you pray to, there's nobody that's going to come down and like grab your arms up and force you to do, you know, grab your head and like shake you. We play a role, right? And there's a responsibility that we have. And so each of you watching, those of you watching on YouTube, my replay viewers, live viewers, wherever you see this film or this video, have to understand that you play a huge role in the type of life that you live. And no matter what has happened to you, no matter what you've experienced, those who are just joining us or recently joined before you came on, I was talking about how I had experienced an extremely toxic relationship, illness where I was bedridden, loss of loved ones, all that stuff that I went through was not necessarily my fault, right? But I yet played a huge role in coming out of it, surviving it, and being the person that I am today. And so I really honestly just wanted to get on and chat. I have been gone for a couple weeks. I did not bring any notes before me. I just kind of wanted a more relaxed chat to tell you guys who I am and what I've been through. And I want to speak to those of you who are in toxic relationships. Thank you. I appreciate it. Those that are in toxic relationships, and it doesn't just mean romantic. It could be with family. It could be with a friend. I really would like for you, I'm speaking directly to you now, so if this doesn't pertain to you, just excuse me for a moment, but those that are in these relationships that are really unhealthy, that are taken away from your identity, that are taken away from your happiness, that are making you feel less than or questioning your worth, is I need you to ask yourself, why are you in these relationships? What are you getting out of it? And I need you to weigh out what you get versus what you're losing, and to ask yourself if it's worth it. Okay, ask yourself, is this really worth it? Are you really getting what you need as an individual? Welcome. Is this Riley? Welcome, Riley. Please share with your followers. Keep the hearts coming. You guys are doing an awesome job. You're showing me so much love. Thank you. So really ask yourself, and what is it that you're getting out of it, and why are you staying in that relationship? Because often, even though it's not your fault that you're being treated the way you're being treated, many times we stay in these relationships a lot longer because we don't realize our power. We don't realize the choice that we have. And many times we're looking for some kind of fulfillment in these relationships, but it doesn't quite, weigh or make a lot of sense when we compare it to the damage that's being done. Hi, welcome T Banks 2132. So yeah, you guys, where are you guys coming in from? What states? Let me know where you're at. What states? I would love to see. So just type in what state you're in. You don't have to give me your city, you know, zip code or address. I'm not going to stalk you. Let me see where you guys are from, please. Where's your state? Welcome, Blondine. Illinois in the house. Anybody else? Silence. Okay, cool. Keep typing as you tell me where you are. And then if you would, let me know if this is your first time. So this is your first time joining my scope. Just put a 1 up. And I want to see how many first timers I have. This is your first time. Okay. Anybody have any questions that you guys want to ask me? Welcome. Okay, so Grace got a first timer. I've got 2 people from Illinois already. Awesome. Okay. Oh, another Illinois. Cool. Hey, Riley. So Illinois is just representing. Okay, I'm looking at notification on my screen. That's why I was looking up. But okay, so back into the scope. I'm not going to be on much longer, but I want to say this, that it is really important that people, I really, if you don't get anything else, I need you guys to understand just how much control you really have in your life. Okay, trust me, I understand. I know how it feels to go through things and you feel really out of control, and you kind of feel more so like you're just being tossed around in the wind. Or sometimes what I often feel like is almost like you're on the park bench, just kind of like sitting there, and you're watching everyone else enjoying the park, enjoying life, and you kind of feel like you're just on the bench, like stuck. So I understand that we have these experiences, but I really want you to know that you really you have much more control than what you realize. And that's your mindset, of course. How you think about where you are. I'm working with a client, a coaching client. And one of the things that I had them to do was to take a few minutes every day and just accept where they are in life, right? Like literally say the words like, this is where I'm at. This is my reality. It's temporary. It doesn't mean I have to be here always, but this is where I am. Just so many minutes every day. And just to accept the reality of where you are. That's a huge step. A lot of times we're running from it, and we don't like the reality. We're running from it. We want it to be something other than what it is. And the more we run and the more we I'm just going to say run. The more you run from reality is the less likely that you will ever be happy in your reality, because you're always running from it. You're not giving yourself an opportunity to just be in it. That's right. Nobody but us can make that decision. And you can have people that are like, oh, come on, you're gonna be okay, and people can tell you all day, like try to encourage you and all this, and it's not going to work until you make that decision. So I challenge you all, whether you feel like you're on top of your life or not, to take a few moments every day and say, okay, this is my reality. Like literally say it. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm going through. This is it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be here always. It doesn't mean that I'm doomed to stay here, but we have to get to the point, excuse me, that we say this is my reality. And for me, I did a lot of that, telling myself initially, it's not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be like this, and fighting against my truth and fighting against where I am. And even to this day, I do the same technique that I just told you guys to do. Is I have to just stop and go, this is what it is. No, I don't like it, but it's what it is. And that's how I embrace it and just say, it's my life. Now the next step is, what am I going to do to get through it and to be a survivor? Because that's what we want to be, right, guys? We want to survive. You guys are quiet today, but that's okay. You probably do what I do sometimes with Periscope. Sometimes I have to just listen in the background, especially I know you, Millie. You're probably making soap. Holding on to the pain is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Exactly. Man, holding on to stuff will kill you. It literally affects your health. Especially when the pain is legitimate, like real pain. And I'm not saying that no one's pain is not legitimate. Some things we bring on ourselves, or it's our perception. But when someone has really done, like when you really have experienced pain, you gotta let it go. And it's one of the things that's the easiest to say, but it's very hard to do. But the way that I've learned how to do it, how to let go, it goes back to mindset, right? And priority. And you have to decide what's more important. Is that pain, you know, petting that pain and, oh, you know, what happened to me, is that more important, or is your wellness more important? And we have to decide which one is more important. Which one is more important? You, your happiness and your wellness, or you being stuck, going around in circles, just petting the pain? And when I stopped petting the pain and rehearsing over and over again what happened and where I was and how sad it was, and I'm not supposed to be here, and I was a victim, and I was treated this way, and I started focusing more so on, okay, who am I as a person? Where do I want to go? What do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to live? And I am the happiest that I have ever been in my life. I literally, not that life is perfect, because trust me, it's not. But I'm just like the happiest I've ever been because I'm actually living my life. And I do have moments that I think about my past, of course. I do have times that there are certain triggers, you know, things might happen or might be said. And petting the pain is a hindrance to relationships. That's true. Give me some, you got any examples for that? But yeah, it's true. When you pet the pain, it does hinder your relationships, because I think, in my opinion, it makes you stuck and you're not able to enjoy the present, or like go forward in what other relationships you have now. I think, or what's something I'll say that happens that I know has happened with me. When you pet the pain, you're more likely to project that pain into every other relationship. So if the pain is your focus, then no matter what relationship you get involved in, it's almost like you look for that pain to always be there, and you're less open to the joy and the happiness. Yeah. Yep. You're less open to what can be in your life, what's possible. So thank you guys for the hearts, the love, the shares on Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you, replay viewers, for watching. If you want to keep up with me, I'm on Instagram big time. That's become one of my favorite places, actually. I get a lot of interaction on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Moments, capital W, Missy. And I'm on Facebook. I have a what do you call those? A fan page, a public page, Moments with Missy. I'm also on Twitter, Moments, capital W, Missy, just like I am here on Periscope. But visit my website, www.momentswithmissy.com. And on the website, there's links to my social media pages. There's actually a page that you, as a visitor to the site, can submit any kind of inspiration or motivational pieces, quotes, anything, writings, anything that you want to share. You can submit it to momentswithmissy.com, and for it to be considered, thank you, for it to be considered, for your piece to be considered to be put on the website. So I'm also looking for people who want to submit inspiration or inspiring things for me to upload. I want to build the community with Moments with Missy. What other announcements? Event on Monday, June 6th, here in Chicago, 1962 West 95th Street. Once again, that's also on the website, the upcoming events. I'm still taking coaching clients. You can do a free consultation, but you got to go online and fill out the form. Let me know what it is you want to work on. I'm doing life coaching as well as relationship coaching. So if you're in those relationships, you're finding yourself in the same kind of relationships, very unsatisfied, perhaps you are in an unhealthy relationship, or maybe you're just having problems interacting with people, I'm the great person here to coach you. And what a coach simply does is I'm going to push you to push yourself. And I can be kind of tough, but I'm going to push you to push yourself. And a lot of what I do is introspection. I'm going to have you to look inside and work through what role you play to shift you from being the victim to actually being the victor and taking control of your life and control of your relationships, your goals. So whatever. So just put in what you need help with, and then I will contact you and we'll talk. You get a free 15-minute consultation. We'll talk and see if we're a good fit to work together, and we will go from there. I also do guest speaking. In fact, I have some events that I might be at. I'll announce it. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to accept an invitation that I have for an event, and I will announce that as soon as I figure out if I'm going to be there. So I'll let you guys know. All right, I appreciate Periscope, always, all the support, all the love, all the hearts, all the shares. Thank you so very much. If at any time you need help, you need a listening ear, an advocate, which is what I do, feel free to message me or email me. When I say message, I guess I'm thinking more so DM on Instagram, but you can also email me at missmissy@momentswithmissy.com and go from there. So thank you guys so much for your support and all that you do, and we'll try to be back. I know we were doing 4 o'clock every Thursday at one point, but what's happening is Thursdays have gotten to be a little tricky because I often have appointments on Thursdays. So either I'll be back around 6:30 next week. Hi, Passport. Oh, hi, how you doing? Welcome. I'm just getting ready to end, but welcome. You can catch the replay, please, and share it with your followers, okay? I'm Miss Missy, Melissa Elise. I'm an author, speaker, all of that. It's cool. Watch the replay. It'll be up. Periscope has this new thing now that our Periscopes are staying up past 24 hours. So some of them I'm going to take down after 24 hours, but I'm going to leave a lot of them up so I can build up my library here on Periscope. So watch the replay, okay? But I'm a life coach, I'm an advocate, I'm an author, I'm a survivor, been through a lot of stuff, here to help you and anyone who's ready just to move forward and live their best life, okay? That's what I'm all about. So what was I saying? Yeah, so just keep up with me on social media. So I'm pretty much out there everywhere. You'll see me on Snapchat, but I deleted the app because I didn't quite figure out how to work it, and I haven't worked on figuring it out in a while, so I got to get back on that. But if I can be of any help, or if you want me to come speak at your event, something that's been happening lately, or people have been asking me to be contributors on their websites. So right now it looks like I'm going to be a contributor on 2 sites. My book is Miss Missy Speaks. Could somebody type that on the screen? Miss Missy is one word and then speaks. And it's available on Amazon. You can get a paperback as well as it's on Kindle, Google Play. I don't ship directly at this point from my website, but you can get the links from my website where the book is sold. And my book, you see I'm trying to go, but hey, I got to hang out and talk with you guys a little longer. Thanks for the hearts. Keep sending them. Thanks for the love. The book is an inspirational memoir, but more specifically, it is a detailed account of how I took disaster. Thank you so much, Naeem. How I took disaster, devastation, sickness, everything that I went through, and how it was able to help me to grow as a person. So it deals with an array of topics, from friendship, relationships, love, family. What I have in here, oh, of course, chapter 6, the menfolk. That seems to be one of my most popular chapters. Everybody likes the menfolk. I had somebody message me yesterday, was like, I love it. I'm like, oh, thank you. But I also talk a little bit about my past and my dealing with depression and wanting to commit suicide and those different things. So it's a lot of topics in a little book, but it's to give you an idea of who I am. So that's the name of the book, Miss Missy Speaks. Any other questions, comments? Hanging out with you guys on a Thursday. Okay, well, thank you all for everything. I guess I'll check out. I will. Oh, I know. Guess I'm not checking out. I'm in the process of trying to. Thanks. Yeah, the book, because it's just life. You know, everybody's going through very similar things. We might go through things in different degrees, or some of the details are different, but a lot of what people face is really the same. And there's two things I think when it comes to Moments with Missy that I'm really, really, really passionate about. And I'm really passionate about relationships, not just from my personal experience, but I meet and talk with so many people who are in very unfulfilling relationships, very toxic relationships, men and women. It's not just a woman thing. There are a lot of men out here that are in really bad relationships with some women, and they need to run. They need to get out of there. And the second thing that when it comes to Moments with Missy I'm passionate about are the men folk, because I'm seeing a trend in society and an attitude towards men among us as women. I think even men themselves. I just feel like men, the very identity of who men are or what a man is under so much attack. A lot of disrespect, I think men just don't really, I sometimes wonder if men even understand who they are. Yes, exactly. I mean, we all desire it, but it's so much of it that's not happening. It's a desire, and people are looking for it. And you put God's design, and I realize that's a big part of it when people are looking for relationships outside of God, outside of what God has to offer us, which is hope and peace and joy and happiness. When we get caught up with people that are not God-fearing, or that don't care about us. A lot of people out here just want to use and abuse, or it's a lot of selfishness. It's a lot of stuff. We could sit here and talk forever, but those two things, relationships and manhood, I think are big things that are on my heart, and you'll see that on my pages, a little bit about men. You'll see stuff about relationships across social media, and it's also in my book. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I think I'm about to go for real. I will be it's both. The book is in print. Get it from Amazon. If you go to Amazon.com, you can put in Melissa Elise Hall, it's going to come up, or Miss Missy Speaks, it's going to come up. If you want the ebook version, then you can do Kindle or Google Play. Okay, so it's in both format. It's ebook and paperback. Yeah. So, like I said, if you go to Amazon, you're welcome. Thank you so much for asking. Thanks for your support. Definitely, and spread the word, please. Okay, help me out. You guys are my marketing team, and I always get excited and inspired when people read the book or find it encouraging and helpful, because it was very therapeutic for me when I wrote it, and it did stir up a lot of emotions. It was therapeutic, it was emotional, it was a lot of things writing that book. Some points I was like, I don't know if I want to publish this. I don't know if I want to finish this. And I'm glad that God blessed me to finish it and to put it out there. And there's a lot more where that came from. And I'm just learning how to get the message out there, so that people understand that they're not alone, and that the things that they are going through, you can get through it. I tell people I'm a survivor who's learned how to thrive. And I think there's two phases. Yeah, a survivor who learned how to thrive, because you can survive. And I also tell people survival is like what could have taken you out didn't. The things where you should have lost your mind, you should have cracked up, where you should have given up on life and just settled for depression, and you didn't, and you pushed further. And a lot of times you're standing there now and you're like, I don't even know how I got here. It's like you survived it. And then there's another level when you thrive, when you're not just a survivor and you're not just getting through it, but you're actually conquering, and you're actually, which is what I'm at now, is I took the pain, the frustration, the abuse, the misuse, the depression, the sickness, all of that, and have created a tool or a weapon or a platform. Yeah, thank you. And it's true, and it's real, right? And now my pain You know, my mess is now a message. It's now a ministry. Yeah, I'm now a person that's like 2 times touch on it, right? Oh, I said it. Didn't I say it? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, yes, touch on it. But those are the best stories because they're not just stories, you know, they're testimonies. Excuse me. They're testimonies of what we've been through. I mean, I've been there crying myself to sleep. I have been on dates and going through the motions, you know, of somebody looking me in my eyes and it's like, oh, how I love you. But then a few moments later, you know, they're manipulating me and telling me all that I'm not. I've been on the emotional roller coaster, you know, and a lot of people have been there. You know, I tell people when it comes to depression, be very clear, it's very serious because there's actually a physical part to depression where literally the chemicals in your brain, your dopamine level actually changes. And so, or is it serotonin? I gotta look at that. Because they both, serotonin and dopamine are both brain chemicals, but with depression it's the dopamine. So anyway, when they actually change and your brain chemistry is off, so it will actually cause you to go into depression. So there is a physical or biological part to it. But when it comes to depression, what was I saying? Oh yes, depression, it looks like it's the easy way out, but it's actually harder. It's easy in that moment, as some of you may know, because you become numb to the pain. You don't really have to think about it, and you just kind of shut down and you're just there. But the type of life you live when you're depressed is so less than the type of quality of life that in itself brings you down a lot further than the depression does. And then it also affects your health. There's a lot of people that's walking around with these physical symptoms and ailments, and really it's depression. It's depression. So if you're feeling depressed, and I'm not talking about just an emotion, you know, a couple hours, you're feeling down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about depression day in and day out, when you don't want to live, you don't enjoy the type of activities you once used to enjoy. You need to seek medical help, because depression is very, very serious. Yeah, don't want to get out of bed, aching all the time. Yeah, it's very serious, and it shows up in a lot of different ways. You really won't want to get out of bed. Because in your mind, what your mind is telling you, there's no reason to get up. There's nothing to go to. You literally feel like you're carrying a weight around. Your body, you just feel like there's weight on you. And no matter what's going on, you could be in, people who are depressed can be in a room full of people. And they might even smile and be like, hey, you know, but there's such an emptiness. They still feel very alone. There's so much. We could go on and on. I'm not an expert on depression, but I do know about it, you know, personally and working in the field. But there's so much research that's constantly going on about it, and a lot of things that they're learning. So if that's you, you don't want to get out of bed, you aren't interested in the things that you once enjoyed, seek medical help. You've got to do something, because what you're going through, yes, thank you, perfect. Becoming emotionally detached, that's a huge one. And a lot of people are there. And you'll ask them, are you depressed? I'm like, no, but you become emotionally detached, and that's huge. And this is some of what was happening in relationships. I think, now that you mentioned it, and going back to one of my passions, right, the men folk, a lot of men, this is where you need to look out for becoming emotionally detached as well, because you might see, and this is not like straight statistics in law, what I'm about to say, this is just a part of my personal insight. You might not necessarily see a guy just staying in bed all day, but if he was once engaged and now he's emotionally detached, there could be a lot of reasons for the emotional detachment, but that's something to look for. And for men, for you to consider, if you find yourself all of a sudden just being really emotionally detached from people that you once cared about, and, you know, just kind of look at it and ask yourself why, what's going on. And get help. Please get help, people. Don't suffer alone. I am so blessed to still be alive because I didn't get help. I'm one of those miracle people where God really stepped in and intervened for me, because I was really like in the process, okay, which way am I going to take my life? You know, actually in the process of choosing the plan and doing what I needed to do to make it happen. But I hid mine, and I didn't let people know what was going on with me. And this was as a child. And then I hid again when I was an adult, going through what I went through in my relationship. You have a lot of people that are hiding. And I'm here to tell you, if you're going through abuse any kind of way, mental, emotional, financial, physical, you got to tell somebody. The big power of abuse and misuse is that fear that you feel like you can't tell somebody and you're afraid of what the person is going to do. But I'm here to let you know that you need to be more afraid of what's going to happen if you don't speak up. So I feel like I escaped a breakdown twice as a child and then as an adult. And so I know that I'm blessed, and I'm here. I tell people all the time, like, you got to fight. You got to tell somebody. And this is why I make myself as available as I can for people. I've had a lady contact me and like, this is what I'm going through, da 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 da. So I am here. You don't have to be afraid. You know what? Being a life coach is kind of interesting. There is actually no, yes, you're right. Cry loud. About being a life coach, which is why it's so different from psychology. There's not a official, like, legal process to be a life coach. So in all honesty, to be a life coach, it really takes personal life experience. Now, there are some organizations established and you can go in and be certified, but there's no one regulating that organization. There is absolutely no government regulation with life coaching. So to do it, you can all honestly just start doing it. In my case, I have a degree in psychology, but psychology and life coach are different. But what it does for me is it gives me insight into human behavior, and I have insight into mental illness, like knowing if this might be more of a disorder or this is just something you have to work through as a person. So I have personal insight because of my degree and my experience. But you do have a lot of people that just choose to become life coaches. You do need a business license, which is what I have. You have to become licensed with your state so that you can actually charge and offer services. So Moments with Missy is a licensed business. So to answer your question, I know it sounds kind of scary, but you can just do it. There are people out here that will train us how to speak or give us certain tips on how to do it. But like I said, there's nobody regulating it. BA or master's for what? You're asking me what I have or what a person needs? I have a bachelor's. But yeah, you can be a life coach. There's people, and then there's different types of coaching. There's some people that do fitness coaching. So if they're into, eating healthy and working out, they can coach you. And then you have people who do business coaching. Maybe they're an entrepreneur. And they know how to start a business. Because I actually have a coach that I've worked with. I'll say I attended her class. Okay. And so I don't want to go on and on, but I hope I answered your question. But that's how you become a life coach, is you really set it up legally, and then you can really just do it. But there are organizations that will train you, but no one's regulating them. So it's kind of weird. So you see people, they'll tell you they're a certified life coach, and they are, but it's just not governmentally regulated. Any other questions, guys? This is a long scope, isn't it? I'm just hanging out with you all like I have nothing to do. No, I really do love Periscope. I think I've gotten over my I'm not nervous anymore. That's a huge plus. Which is weird because I get nervous easily when it comes to video. Like, I love taking pictures, but video, I'm usually like, don't look at me. So, see, I'm growing. While I'm here helping and pouring into you guys, I'm also growing and pouring into myself. So, you know what? You have to just do it. I'm so serious, Passport. Just do it, because there's no other way to get over it. It's like anything else in life. And trust me. Thank you, Naeem. I appreciate you. You got to just do it, because Like Nike, just do it. You know, it's kind of hard. For me, when it comes to scoping, I'm still in that place where I think finding out like just how relaxed can I be and how professional, and that's the thing. Because I want to be real professional, but then if I try to be super professional, like, you know, I just want my hair to be right and everything right. And so if I don't feel like I look presentable, like a business, then I won't scope. And so I'm still working through that of just, because so many times you guys just don't know. I have thoughts and I'll be like, I want to jump on Periscope. But I'm like, I got a scarf on my head. I'm in pajamas, you know, you can't get on. And I don't want to get on. Yeah, I know. Right, roll out of the bed and scope. Like, good morning. Rollers in the head. Hey. But so that stops me, because sometimes I'm like, I've got stuff I want to say. And then once I get on here formally, I'm like, man, it's just not the same as when I had it in the moment. So I'm trying to figure that out. That's kind of hard when you're like me, like it's ministry and business, because there's sometimes I want to get on and just say some stuff, but it seems like those are the times when, in my opinion and in reality, I'm just not presentable. And I'm like, how do you get on here? So, but maybe, so if I get on here with like roller prints and a scarf, no, no, just get on with a scarf, no. And you know, and so that's the thing. But Passport, and I'm calling you Passport. What's your actual name? I think we might be, are we in a group together? Are you in Rich Chicks or Queeneration or something? Janice. Welcome, Janice. That's better, because I'm like calling you Passport. I'm like, I don't want to call you Passport. So, so yeah. Oh, Rich Chicks. Rich Chicks. Okay, okay, cool. I love it. Yeah, and I want to work with Cece on a one-on-one level. I really do. I'm going to do it. I did the group thing, but I'm going to work with her one-on-one. I'm sorry for other people. I've just like cut you all out the conversation. I'm just talking to Janice. We're just like doing our thing. But it's really cool to find people that's in a space in life similar to where you're at. And that's what I've been blessed to do. Whether you know them personally or in social media, is get with people who are going where you're going. She's gonna stop doing it? I didn't know that. Is that like the rate your brand too? Like when she does rate your brand? Or you mean just, I missed that one. Oh, I guess you just want to do classes. I'm gonna actually do more classes. Well, do some classes. I see you're crying. You're hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for downloading the book. And what's your, Riley? That is your name, Riley? Thank you so much. Okay, Janice, I missed that. Because honestly, my Periscope, I turned the notifications off my tablet, but I kept it on my phone. But it goes off all day. And it's just overwhelming. And so sometimes I don't even get on it. It's just, I mean, you know how it is, the Periscope. So it's all day going off and people are just saying stuff. And so I kind of miss it. Or if she speaks in a group, I miss that one too. But anyway, I'll look into it. Thanks for letting me know. I have to email her. But, oh, yes, get back to work. And I better get off here. I have to do some work. Thank you so much. And please come back again. Just check me out next Thursday, okay? See you, Janice. All right, good night. All right, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Riley, for purchasing the book. Please, if you enjoy it, do me a huge favor. Tell your family and friends about it. That goes for everybody here. Spread the word, spread the word. I know I've got a great book. The marketing part is where it's tough. So I appreciate any time you guys help me market and tell people about it. And when you enjoy it, and I love when people come back and get even more books. It's always exciting. I'm still writing, guys. I'm doing a lot more on my blog, and like I said, I'm writing for other people as well. Well, one other person, possibly a second. No, I'm going to write for 2 other people. So I'm really busy trying to do everything. Yes, come tell people, please. Okay. So I'm busy, but I better get off here because I got some stuff to prepare for. But thanks for viewing. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, replay watchers, YouTube, everybody that I've met all over. I'm really excited. And those that I will meet soon on Monday, June 6th. I'm looking forward to meeting you. If you want to come by, like I said, just to meet me, maybe you don't have money to purchase a book right now, that's fine. Just come out and meet me, okay? Let's talk. All right. Have a great one, guys. Toodles.